Good evening and aloha.
Aloha.
First of all, I'd really like to send my aloha and mahalo to Pat, who was visiting our office one day, and he came in and said, "Hey, Mayor, when you're ready to come out to the community, I want you to come to Kalaheo School and utilize our cafeteria." Hence, we're here tonight. The other thing just happened the other day. I was able to meet with about 40 of our youngsters. The second graders came to visit me in the office. Had a nice visit. We sang a couple songs. Heard their concerns. Some wanted a swimming pool, some wanted a gymnasium, and we had a nice discussion with the second graders right here from Kalaheo School. So that was a really nice visit. And of course, the principal, Eric, where's Eric? Mr. Eric, thank you so much for having this meeting here tonight. As I stand before you, I really want you folks to understand we're here to listen, to absorb, to hear what you folks have to say. We're here to talk about a very, very, very important issue that impacts every resident of Kauai, the siting of a new landfill for our island. We all know that the landfill, or this landfill, must be sited somewhere. And we know that wherever we go, wherever this siting is, there will be residents who don't agree with that particular choice. But one thing we must agree on tonight, or as we go through this meeting and onward, is that we have no choice. We have no choice but to select and develop a site for a new landfill very, very soon. I know you're here because you have a lot of questions and a lot of concerns about the proposed Umi site. I want you to know that this is the first step. I want you to know this, and the first conversation in a process where we want you to be involved. We have tried to be as upfront as possible since making our announcement in August. The entire study has been available online for your review, the entire study. We developed an informational brochure that was mailed to all households in Kalaheo and is now available online. We scheduled this meeting tonight and another meeting on December 16th to provide you an overview of the process. We will continue to keep you informed via the web, via local media, and of course by using other means such as community meetings like this. Just to be clear, this meeting is not part of the official EIS process. We do not yet have a consultant on board to move us through that process. This is an informational meeting which was not required to be held. It was not required to be held, but we felt it very, very important. We come smack dab right in Kalaheo Town, Kalaheo City, whatever you call it, the community, and share and hear from you folks. Because you deserve to know how we got to this point. You deserve to know where we go from here. That being said, I want to assure you that any feedback you have to share with us this evening will be considered during the EIS process, and that there will be other opportunities for you to participate in the months to come. Now, for a little background. As you probably know, Kauai's current landfill site in Kekaha has been in place for roughly 50 years. 50 years. 10 years ago, in the late 1990s, it became apparent that a new landfill must be sited and developed. After 40 years, we were simply running out of room in Kekaha. The county commissioned a study in the late 1990s that identified 8 potential sites, landfill sites. A few years later, in 2001, Mayor Kusaka identified a proposed new landfill site, but the effort was unsuccessful and was discontinued shortly after it began. That was 8 years ago. During those 8 years, the need to site a new landfill has only become more critical for our beautiful island of Kauai. In 2007, Mayor Baptiste took the next steps in this process and convened a community advisory committee to assist the county in ranking the potential landfill sites that had been identified nearly a decade ago. The committee developed criteria upon which the sites could be objectively ranked in the way that would eliminate any NIMBY factor that might find its way into the process and interfere with a fair and unbiased evaluation of the sites based on the criteria. You will learn much more about the process later on this evening in our presentation. When I took office in December, the committee was well into the process, and I knew and I had committed to the people of Kauai that we would act on the results of this study, recommend a new landfill site, and start the siting process during my 2 years in office. In March of this year, the committee completed its work, and our consultant began preparing for a final report of the committee's findings. I received the final report in May. After several months of reviewing that report and going over the process and findings in great detail, I felt comfortable that the committee had completed the task they were given, had done their work well with the information they had, and that the rankings that resulted from their work should be honored. In August, I submitted to the County Council the report and a statement of our intent to pursue siting activities on the top-ranked site. That site was the Uni site. Tonight, we will be walking you through the work of the committee and the ranking process so that you can better understand why we have decided to proceed in this way. As you know, the proposed site is located on property owned by A&B. I want to acknowledge the good people at A&B, because this is a company which, as a county, has a very good relationship with our county. We've been in discussions on this matter with Tom Shigimoto from A&B since before our August announcement. And I want to thank Tom and his team and others at A&B for having just an open dialogue, so we can at least talk story and share information on the direction we need to look at. And I really want to thank Tom for that. I would also like to acknowledge Wayne Katayama from Kauai Coffee, who is here tonight with us as well. So thank you, Wayne. I've heard it said that we are rushing this process, but please consider the following. Our potential landfill sites were identified more than a decade ago. In the years that have ensued, no landowner has come forward offering a site upon which we can proceed. There's been only one attempt by the county in 2001 to pursue a new site. Our Citizens Committee has completed a 12-month process which included an objective ranking on the potential sites based on community-driven criteria. There are only 7 years of useful life left in the Kekaha landfill, 7 years. So in short, we've done and continue to do due diligence, and it's now time to act. Let me be clear. I would like nothing better than to be able to come to agreement with a landowner on the site that will accommodate our future landfill, on the terms upon which we can both agree, and that are favorable to all involved, the landowner, the host community, the county, and all the residents who utilize the landfill. That is our goal, and I'm hopeful that we can reach that.